What's going on, everyone? In this video, I'll be making it mostly in response to the video that I've made previously last week, where I was talking about just different things that I've been going through recently in terms of where my head has been with medicine and with looking to go into, other professions like investment banking or consulting. Of course, overall, the feedback for that video was good, so thank you so much for all of your support and for all of you who reached out to LinkedIn, especially shout out to Anas Mohammed and Dr. Callum. You guys really helped me online, most in particular in terms of just different websites and tips, and just helping me to make the right decision and to know where to get the right information and to have more access to other sites that I can use to apply for internships and stuff like that. There is still more that I need to learn in terms of the different routes that I could take after I finish medical school. Again, I'm still not too sure. I also have an interest in pharma. I know there's a lot of doctors that can train in pharma, but of course I think you need to at least work a few years as a junior doctor, work in the NHS, and then transfer over. I've heard so far about medical affairs, and I think there's also a specialty training program where you can train just the whole pharmacy. Again, I'm not too sure. Just give me a sec. Apologies, just got a package. I'll open this at some point. There's so many options that you can do with a medical school degree. I don't want to look back in 5 years once I've finished and being like, I wish I did more research during medical school. I wish I attended more conferences or spoke to more people or reached out to more people. I guess there's always the fear of not wanting to say anything other than becoming a doctor when you're in medical school. You see loads of students, they're just, I guess their heart is mainly set on just being a doctor. And of course, it makes sense because do medicine, it's a 5-year course, so it's it wouldn't really make sense to do medical school and not want to be a doctor. Of course, I still want to be a doctor. I still want to, even have some role where I can still work in medicine, but I guess the good thing is there's loads of different paths that you can take in life, and you don't have to feel so limited to one aspect. There's always the thing of 5 years in medical school, why would you want to do anything else and move on? And I think that was also a comment I saw on the YouTube video, but I don't know, I guess it's just, maybe it's a bit of the grass looks a bit greener on the other side, or maybe it's just not wanting to feel doing the same thing and I'm on some sort of conveyor belt like everyone else, because it seems once you get into medical school, it's just a similar path: med school, foundation training, then specialty training, or do an F3 year, or work in different departments but not fully train, or do less than part-time training, or be involved in some form of research, be a lecturer. Of course there is a lot of options in medicine, but it's still mostly the same. It's still mostly the same path, but there's so many options out there that I do want to explore, and I do want to make sure that whatever I do choose, it's a well-informed decision based off of me doing internships and being involved in other types of work to see if I actually enjoy it, because right now especially, I know that I've always had an interest in doing some sort of finance or getting involved in the business world, in terms of even doing consulting. I shout out to Anas again because he did mention that you could also go into banking from doing consulting. That's something that I need to explore more, and I need to do more research in, and I need to gain work experience in to see if it's something that suits me. Because one thing that I do love about medicine is the fact that it's not a job that involves you being sat at a desk for long periods of time, especially I've just come from placement now. We're seeing one patient, then we move on to another. There's ward rounds. Sometimes you'll get bleeped and you'll have to go downstairs and go and see a patient there. So there's rapidly changing things in medicine, and again, if you go into specialties like surgery, then you'll even be on your feet more. I guess for me, if I was to stay in medicine, it would to go into ophthalmology, because that's just the specialty that suits me most, and also just the fact that there is a large amount of private work once you finish. But again, that would be 9 years once I graduate from medical school. So for me, that would be from 2025, so 2034 graduate, and then I'll still need to work as a consultant for a bit before I can even maybe work in private practice. So we're looking at closer to maybe 10 years plus before I feel I'd be making a salary where I'd be able to invest, I'd be able to look after my family, my future family, to buy stuff for my parents. It's there's loads of different things that I'd want to do, and a lot of those things need decent salary. And again, I don't want to make this whole thing about money, because that's definitely not the case. One of the reasons for even choosing medicine was just the fact that it's intellectually challenging, it's stimulating. I need something stimulating, but also from what I've read and studied in doing banking, it's also very intellectually stimulating. It's fast paced, it suits, I guess I would say I have sort of a type A personality, so I do feel that those sort of jobs, when you're on your feet working hard, long hours, as long as you're being compensated well, I believe that's something that I would enjoy, and something that I feel I even need in any sort of future profession. Let me also go over some few points that I was saying asking as well, what do you want me to post on this channel? I do want to post more videos like this, just like talking and going through my thoughts and what I'm thinking and how I've been going so far. I guess to briefly summarize, so far I've done a few internships, a few interviews. I had one for UBS that I literally spent like a week trying to prep for. I was reading an investment banking book. I was watching videos on like different sorts of like analysis and company valuations and stuff like that. I still didn't really get it fully, and I'm not really sure how the interview went. I did it on Christmas Eve because I literally spent the whole day like just studying and going through my answers. Shout out to ChatGPT as well, because I was able to it's a really good resource to bring up example questions. Then I can just like make my answers and then try to learn those answers for the interview. So I've had that interview so far. There's another bank for Deutsche Bank, DEUTSCHE, I think, but I've applied to a few other ones, I think Barclays as well and Santander. I just got a straight rejection. I think I did get to the assessments section and the interview section for some of them, but then I just got straight rejections, and that makes sense because I assume in my interview and in my application there's not much experience that I can really speak of or talk about, and even in those questions I didn't really realize that you had to do as much prep for the questions, and I didn't realize how much like technical questions they would ask about like the finance sector and about like, you know, what's going on and any recent trends or recent news in banking. So that was my fault for not being prepared, but at least I was able to take those experiences, and I believe that helped me in my UBS interviews. Hopefully that goes well by God's grace, but we'll see how that one goes. Again, I'll still try and keep applying to more. So yeah, let me know if you wanted to see me do vlogs as well. It will be quite hard because I don't believe I'm able to even film in uni, but I could like be filming like what I'm studying. I train quite frequently as well, so I could post some clips of me working out. After this I'm going to the gym, then I literally just sit down here and study. I have like my monitor here, my laptop, I'll just plug it in and study, play some music. So yeah, let me know what you'd like to see. Yeah, I guess this is still a new thing for me because I was low-key open to see some YouTubers that have sort of done this pathway where they did medicine and then they're sort of looking to either go into consulting or banking, but there's not much that I've seen on YouTube. Again, if there's any that you guys know, please let me know. I'd love to watch their videos and see what they've done. Maybe make a video in response to see how I could also try and do those things as well, because it does seem like I'm in sort of like a new world of medicine meeting finance on YouTube anyway. I know like there is a lot that you'd see on like LinkedIn or YouTube, but no one's at least I've not seen anyone making a video on it, so this is definitely something new for me. But I'm enjoying the journey most of all. I guess I'm still trying to keep up with placements, to keep up with studying, because as much as I want to prep for banking interviews and to do consulting, I still need to make sure that I pass medical school. That's the main thing. Obviously none of this would be possible if I don't pass medical school, if I don't do well in my exams. So again, I will still try and be as consistent as I can. Again, this was one of my New Year's resolutions, to make videos more consistently, but I do believe that making videos like this where I just sit down and talk, it's a lot more easier to edit. It's not as much clips to fill in or to fit in. When I'm making vlogs, for example, you know, it takes a lot longer to film because I have to film different clips, then I'll have to edit it at different times. But when I make videos like this, once I've finished the video, it's done, it's ready to edit. I don't have to wait to film more clips to add to the video. It's just this is just a lot more easier. So let me know what else you'd like to see me just sit down and like talk about. But I will try and vlog if that's something that you'd like as well. I know that was a comment on the previous video. But yeah, I believe that's it for now. This is really what I've been going through. I still have another interview this week. I've also applied to some internships on like Shell as well. I don't know why, because that's like a completely different sector. That's like oil but yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm just keeping my options open at this point. I'm seeing what's happening. I want to explore new things, especially while I'm in medical school. It seems like most internships is better to do while you're in medical school. It seems a lot harder to even get into these kind of things once you're finished. I've also looked into doing stuff like MBA. Shout out to colleagues on LinkedIn for kind of giving me more advice on doing MBAs and whether it's useful, whether it's beneficial, because I didn't realize how expensive MBAs are as well. They are extremely expensive, so that is something that I definitely need to consider, because if I was to do one, I'd love to. I feel like for me personally, the best time to do it would be straight after medical school, because I'm already a student, I'm already living the student lifestyle. I don't want to start earning money and then get used to earning money and then have to go back and do an MBA where I'm not really making money, or I can't make as much money, because it's a different lifestyle where you're a student and when you're working full-time. I know once I get used to working full-time, I won't want to go back to school and study again. So it would be nice to do the MBA straight after medical school. They have MD MBA programs in the US, but I'm not sure it's a thing here. MBA programs, from what I've read as well, they prefer if you've at least had 5 years of experience in your industry. I believe you're able to bring more to the discussions and you're able to bring more to class. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Again, if you're aware, if you have knowledge in any of these things that I've mentioned, if you have just anything that you want to say, please let me know down below. Follow me on LinkedIn, Charles Onzurike. Connect with me, message me. I respond back. I'd love to hear what you'd like to say, or leave the comment down below. Follow me on Instagram, just Charles100. I post daily on different like tips and tricks on like how to eat healthy, what I'm eating, or just memes. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon, hopefully next Friday.